Hey guys, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me tonight. All right, we are working on block 2 of the Jacquelynne Steves I Love Home Block of the Month quilt along. We are going to do the rest of the borders that are on this thing. There are quite a few borders. Here is the final block. So we are going to try and do this entire border tonight. I would like to attempt to finish this block tonight. So that is the plan. Thanks guys for coming in tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Central, where we relax and craft and work on a project together. So like I was saying, we are on block 2 of the Jacquelynne Steves I Love Home Block of the Month quilt along. We got quite a bit of border to put on this guy, and let's try and get her done tonight. So all right guys, I'm gonna flip you around and we'll get going. There is still time to join in on this block of the month. It is free to do. So there's the link above if you want to join in on that. And then Monday we will be starting the hand-stitched project, the English paper piecing project. So click the link above to learn more about that as well. So awesome guys. Thanks so much. I'm going to flip you around. Okay, let's get going straight away here. So we have the borders, the little white borders all around, all ready to go. Here they are, top, sides, bottoms. Let's get sewing right away here. Oh, from Costa Rica, welcome, Gabriella. Okay, hello, Diane. So I am feeling a little bit better. I'm actually feeling a lot better. I have a little bit of a stuffy, runny nose yet, but all the achiness, like the muscle achiness, oh God, that was gone. So woke up this morning, none of it. So it was just like a 1 day's worth of that. So it's weird, like every day has been totally different, and I'm hoping that this is it. I'm feeling much, much better. All right, just getting these little white borders sewn on here. I'm stretching it a little bit so it fits the right size. Okay, that's the first side. It's funny, I'm having a hard time recognizing the sound of my machine since it's been all oiled up and that new motor belt in there. It just sounds so different. It's a little goofy. Still trying to get the wiggly going on. When you're done making all 4 blocks, what are you going to do with it? So the block of the month, it actually comes with a quilt pattern. So we'll be making it into the quilt. I'll show you what that looks like in a sec here, Sherry. So I will be doing the whole quilt. So October we'll get block 3, November we'll get block 4, and then December will be doing the making it into the quilt. So there's a bunch of borders and other stuff, sashing and stuff for the quilt. So it's almost like a whole nother project. I finally got a quilting foot, a 1/4 inch foot. So that's the foot I'm using tonight. But here is the full quilt. So see, we did this block. This is block 1. This is block 2. 3 and 4 are, I don't know which one's going to come first, but it's one of those. But yeah, so we'll be doing, there's this little skinny sashing in between the blocks. There's all these cute little square borders, and then we got this top and bottom border. So it is quite a bit yet. So we'll be doing this whole full quilt. We actually have all the pieces cut for it already as well to do this design. So that's what we're doing. Turning it into a real quilt here when we're done. Okay, so we got those sewn. Time to press. Just gonna zip right over here like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna give those a little press on the top, and then I'm gonna fold it over. That way the seam allowance will go towards the outside, and I think that's what we want for this. What size? Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of a throw size. Let's see, I'm sure the instructions say here, let me peek. I don't know, it doesn't say like right on that page, but if you go to the I Love Home Block of the Month, the blog post for it, there's a link in my Facebook post here that this video's in. That has all the info on it, but yeah, my guess is it's kind of like a lap size quilt. All these blocks end up being 18 inches, so you know that's at least 36 inches there, plus a bunch of border and everything. So I think it's probably a pretty good size lap quilt. All right, got the sides on. Let's do the tops and the bottoms. Then that is that. Oh, you like my shirt? Oh, thanks, Deborah. Yeah, it's just kind of like a gray t-shirt, but it's got like these decorative, embroidered, like wacky cotton-esque sleeves on it. So 53 inches. Well, it's not square. So is this maybe the center area is 53 inches? There's that top and bottom border, so it's not square, but it's probably real close to that, Holly. All right, let's get this guy on. I'm just kind of assessing what it's looking like at the bottom here. I want to make sure that I'm lining up these edges so we end up being close to the correct size here. I feel like I'm getting caught on something. Oh, that's what the pattern says? Oh, that's funny. Huh. Okay, well. Don't know. It's got that border on the top and bottom, so doesn't really turn out to be square. Maybe it's a typo. So maybe it's, let's just go with 53 inches wide. All right, got this guy on. Oh, optical illusion. I don't know. Alrighty, and we'll get down here. Oh, it does say 53 inches square. Oh, that's so funny. I wonder if that's without that top and bottom border on. Huh. Well, I'm guessing we can figure out the real size. Oh, the finished quilt size, approximately 54.5 inches by 68 inches. Okay, that sounds like it makes a little more sense. Oh, that's from page 2 after the intro. Oh, okay, so maybe the front was just wrong and that's what it said in the intro. That could be a typo. Okay, my scissors, here we are. All right, top and bottom are on. Let's press those. shimmy over here again. But yeah, so it's got like, see, it connects to the gray, and then it's just got these funny kind of tent-looking sleeves, but I kind of like them. All right, just giving it a little press on the side there, and then flipping it over. Oh, it's so cute. I love just these little borders on it, just really finish it up right away. Alrighty. That's that. We can move on. So, all right, next up, we got to get the instructions out again, but here we are. So we got the two little borders on. You know, these get quite big. Oh, it's in the intro and preliminary cutting instructions. Okay, good. All right, next up, so we already have the corners. Let's gather all our finished items. I'm getting a little messy over here. Time to reorganize. So we got our 4 corners. Those are done. We've already trimmed them as well. So I believe these point towards the white points, point towards the white borders all the way around. So we'll rotate them like that. But for now, we'll just set those aside. Now we got these guys. So I need to get my little color coding out again. So this is the teal. All right, I got a teal strip here. And, ooh, what do we got going on here? So this represents yellow. These all represent yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And on some of these, it looks like, you know, I didn't cut all of this from yardage, so I'm kind of having to construct it in a different way. So this is a whole pile of yellow, and then I just have this one single thing of light blue here. So, okay, here's what we got going on. What do we do with them? Moving on to the next page of the instructions. Okay, so the yellow and the blue together, and then we cut them into the 2.5-inch units. Okay, we can do that. So blue, so this is representing the blue, and then one of these is representing a yellow. So let's find one that's the same size. Looks like it's this one. So let's sew the length of one of these, and then we cross cut them, I believe. So, all right, let's shimmy these guys out of the way. We're gonna make some strips, and then these will become part of our checkerboard. All right. So double check that I had right sides together. Freaked out for a moment there. All right, so it says to press these open. All right, we can do that. Let me try something here quick. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put a little piece of cardboard underneath my stand here. I'm hoping maybe that helps stop the shaking a little bit. Nope, not really at all. Ah, well. Okay, scissors. All right, so we need to press this open. So back to the ironing board. We can shimmy over a little bit too. Okay, so I'm gonna press it to one side first, and then I will press it open. And what pressing open means is I'm just going to press the seam allowance. So it's not to one side or the other, it's gonna be going to both sides. See, like right now it's going this way. I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna press it so it's open. That'll kind of distribute the bulk of the seam allowance evenly across both pieces. There we go. I'm gonna just flip it over, give it another good press from the front. cute little butterfly in there. I like how he turned out. All right, there we are. So now we need to cross-cut these. Nope, my sewing table is still here. It's a little different just because now I have this extension table. And, oh yeah, my humongous orange cone of floss in the back. Oops, wow, sorry guys, I whacked you. I have this extension table and it's changing my layout of the whole setup a little bit. All right, so I need to cut 2.5 inches out of here. Let's see, I need 4. Yeah, ultimately I need 4 2.5-inch strips out of here. So I'm gonna get this ruler out. So I would love to get this butterfly to not be cut off. So that's 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. Okay, if I trim a little bit off this side, then I should have be able to get all my 2.5s plus get that little butterfly in there. So it says to trim off about 1/4 inch. So I'm lining up my bottom line here. Oh, Pam, you know what? I'm totally with you. I prefer to press my seam allowances to one side, especially if you're trying to sandwich seams together. But when I do read another designer's instructions, I do try and do it how they say, because I'm like, maybe they're saying this for a reason, and I need to find out why. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm with you. Typically, if I had the choice, I would press it to one side. But I suppose you always have a choice. But you know, I'm trying to honor the instructions too, and just for the sake of learning more than anything else. All right, so 2.5 inches. I need 4 bits like this. Oh, you know, I have a pile of those cones. It would be fun to just do like a little kid craft project. All right, I am gonna cut off this butterfly a little bit, but that's okay. I just wanted most of the butterfly in there. I probably have enough fabric that I could cut it off. Maybe I should just check. 2.5. Yeah, I think we're getting awfully close. Oh man, now I want to be all anal about it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna trim off an edge over here. This is what I get crafting at night. My decision making of just letting things be is not as good in the evening. I'm better at just letting things go by in the afternoon. So right now, perfection is kicking in, and I want to get that butterfly in. I want to fussy cut that butterfly a little bit more. So I'm going to grab two cuts along this side. Oop. And then we will see if I can, see if I have extra to get that butterfly just how I want them. Oh, you drive yourself crazy like that too. Yeah, and it's annoying to me that I'm feeling that way, you know? So, all right, let's just cut it from this side. Then it'll be kind of like right in the center there. Okay, we're all lined up. There we go. Now I'm not chopping off that poor little butterfly. Oh, your mother-in-law glued the cones together. Oh, to make a wreath. Oh, I love that idea. Oh, that might be fun. We might have to do some decorations and stuff. So, all right. Oh, look, this funny little piece of red in there. So this is not what we're going to use these pieces, but here's the general concept is that we cut those long strips, cut them, and then by rotating them, we get this checkerboard, right? So that's not what these pieces are for. These pieces are, you see how we got one different one in the middle here? That's what these pieces are. But we're going to do the general idea for all these other ones. The trick is So I got to set these aside just to remember that these are their own thing. The trick is that I did not have a full length of fabric, the full width of fabric. I have the full width of fabric for this, but not all these pieces. So, oh, look at all the butterflies on that one. That'll be fun to get a lot of those in. All right, so we need 16 units of these in all. So I don't know, I guess I'm gonna we'll leave the selvages on for now because they both have selvages. I guess I'm just gonna sew along. I don't know, should I just, when I get to the end of this one, should I just lay this on top and start sewing? Probably, huh, right? Yeah, I mean, ultimately, if I overlap the selvages, I mean, I'm not going to be able to use either of those areas, so we should be, oh, you know what, I should line up the good side here so that the other side is on the selvage. Yeah, I think, you know what, I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to just plop it right on there. When I run out of this green, I'm just going to throw that on top. Oh, Zeb he's behind me tonight. I get so, like, I'm super scared that I'm gonna knock him over with the ironing board or a cord or something, so I put him behind me tonight, but he is here, he's watching us. Although I'm scared I'm gonna drop him from behind too. I'm just gonna fling my arms in and knock him on the ground or something, so I'm still scared for poor little Zeb yet. All right, let's try this one more time. I'm gonna try and put a little piece of cardboard underneath my mount here, my tripod. And let's see if that helps this rocking a little bit. Okay, it feels sturdier. All right, let's sew these two together. Oops, suppose I need to turn on the light, huh? Not the light, but the turn the whole machine on. I love this concept though. This is such a neat trick. Like, this is one of those tricks that kind of blew my mind when I started quilting, is that you can just cut strips and then cross cut them and then rotate them, and then all of a sudden you have a checkered board. Like, that was a big deal when I just discovered that. Oh, did you miss the announcement regarding the little scissors? Oh, are you talking about these little guys? So, well, not yet. So if you guys keep an eye on your emails coming up here in September still, I am putting together right now like a bundle of, like an ultimate bundle of craft supplies, and or not craft supplies, but of embroidery supplies. Because there's a few things that people ask for a lot, and I would love to be able to provide just a bundle of like supply essentials for embroidery. And one of them is like, you know, an embroidery scissors. And, you know, I was showing you these. I even have like penguin and fish on them. This is one of my samples, but I have them in all sorts of colors. And I think they're just adorable. They're stainless steel, they're hefty, and I don't know, I'm really liking them right now. And you can't do embroidery without a cute little stork scissors, right? That's in a pretty color. So keep an eye on your emails, because I am going to be putting together a bundle for that soon, and I kind of want your guys' input on that. Not kind of, I do want your input on that too, like what you think would be good in a supplies bundle like that. So keep an eye on your emails. I'm hoping to have this ready by September still. So it'll be, it's gonna be like a pre-order thing. So you'll get a pre-order, the bundle, for like way, way, way cheaper than it's gonna be once it's available. So you guys will have like a super like discounted early bird thing with a bunch of bonuses and stuff too. And you'll get to pick what color scissors you want, and there's gonna be all sorts of fun stuff in there. And I do want your guys' feedback on what else should be in there. So Again, keep an eye on your emails. And I'm going to be working on that this weekend. Yeah, just like all the supplies you might need for embroidery, you know, like it'd have all the needles and that sort of thing. You know, which is especially good, you know, if you're buying a lot of PDF embroidery patterns and stuff where you don't, you know, you just need your go-to stuff. You don't need a full kit each time. Or if you're making your own, you want to experiment your own. You know, if you wanted to, you can, like, one of the things I want to do a little video for it, and one of the videos, I want to embroider, have you guys done this before, where you can embroider, like if someone writes like a nice letter to you or something, and then embroidering that letter and kind of framing it? I kind of want to, I'd love to do a video about that, because I have a knitting pattern that my grandma hand wrote. So for her dishcloths, so I would know how to make her dishcloths, and I'd love to embroider. I think it's too much, but I want to kind of condense it, and I want to embroider her actual, you know, handwriting. So I want to kind of share how to translate doing like text like that and stuff, and you know, so that doesn't have a pattern, right? That's something that you would be doing yourself, and you would want all those supplies for that, because you're not going to have a kit for that. So anyway, that's just an idea. All right, let's press this thing. But yeah, so that's something I'm working on right now, is the bundles, and yep, those scissors will for sure be part of those bundles, embroidery bundles, and oh man, I'm super excited about all the colors of those scissors. Oh, forgot to trim my little ender off of here. Snip. All right, so let's see, are these pressed open too? Oh yeah, these are pressed open too. I'm surprised that this is pressed open. I would have suspected that this is pressed to one side, because then you can nest the seams together really well. Oh God, I'm almost tempted to do that. I think we might just press this to one side. Oh, your daughter is doing the save the date card for her friend's wedding. Oh, that's cool. Oh, your mom's recipes. Oh, see, I love that. Oh man, you know what? Maybe I'll do recipe instead, because we have some great recipes for my grandma. Oh, I love that idea. Because I was wondering, I would love to stitch up her knitting pattern that she did. But it's so much text that maybe a recipe would be better, because that would fit perfectly. And oh God, there are some recipes. My grandma made these peanut squares. Have you heard of these before? It's like this dense cake, but it's not, it's cake, but it's this dense, and then this like icing around it, and then peanut butter, or not peanut butter, then peanuts around that. I mean, it sounds like whatever, but oh dang, it's the best, yummiest thing ever. And you know, we can't find them at stores or anything like that. It's grandma could make them like that, and no one else can, you know. That, and she would make these, we call them angel food candy, but it's like little chunks of angel food cake, but it's almost as if, I don't know how it's done, but it's almost as if angel food cake has been dehydrated. That's not actually how it's done, I don't think, and then like dipped in chocolate. Oh, dang, that's good stuff. At Christmas time, she would have all those made up. Dang, maybe I'll have to do, I'll do her written recipe for that or something, because I need that posted in the kitchen for me to see at all times, to be like, oh man, one day I'm gonna make those. Just like Grandma used to. Oh, angel food candy. That's some good stuff. So I'm pressing, I missed that comment about pressing just now, but I'm pressing to one side. Oh yeah, you know what? I think I am just gonna press to one side. I was gonna press it open, but that's right. I was gonna press to one side for these, because then I could at least do a few of them with the seam allowances sandwiched Going rogue, going off the instructions. All right, you know what? I think this is, fine. I'll press it a little bit more. But in general, I think we're okay here. Long piece. Okay, let's get trimming this. Oh, angel food candy. So is that what you guys call it too, Tamara? I feel like I haven't seen it. First of all, I haven't seen it as good as what Grandma could make, but I haven't ever heard it being called angel food candy except for within our family. So that's awesome. So you know what I'm talking about. It's good stuff. So all right, I'm trimming this side. I want kind of more of this green because I don't have much of this green in yet. I have mostly that butterfly green. So I'm going to start trimming from this side. And then we'll be left with butterflies. Actually, I'm just going to trim this off and then I'm going to rotate it. I know, I'm such a rebel, only I'm not pressing my seams open. Quilting rebel. All right, here we go. By flipping this around, I don't have to do the 2 ruler method. I can just continue with the 1 ruler. Okay, 2.5 inches. So I need 16 of these. So we'll have to keep track a little here. 2.5. Yeah, I really like this green color. I think this is one of the colors that is going to kind of pull everything together a little bit. Oh, at Farm and Fleet. Oh, that's so funny. So we have Fleet Farm. And we go, oh, you're in Iowa, right, Tamara? The Iowa, did you say Iowa, Ohio border or Iowa? In Iowa, like once we go to Iowa, then it turns from Fleet Farm to Farm and Fleet, which is funny. But yeah, you're right. I think our Fleet Farm has the angel food candies, but totally just not the same. Not Grandma's, that's for sure. Not Grandma's. I like that idea of a recipe though. Maybe I'll Illinois. Okay. Maybe I'll do a little embroidery how-to for taking like someone's handwriting like that and making a cute little embroidery out of that. I think that sounds like a good idea. But yeah, I was trying to force this knitting pattern, but it just wasn't working. So I think a recipe is just right. And I think I have a photocopy of that too. Oh, Illinois has the Farm and Fleet. Oh, funny. Oh, wait, what do some call it here? Oh, fairy food. Oh, Carol. Oh, that's so funny. Fairy food. Oh, angel food candy. Oh, dang. If I had that in front of me right now, I would eat it until, like, my teeth hurt. I'd be, like, sick to my stomach from having so many of them, but I still wouldn't be able to stop, I think. A recipe stitch along. Oh, I love that, Gina. Oh, man. We're calling it that. I love that. Recipe stitch along. Love it. Then we can share all the recipes. How about that? That'd be a cool deal. Oh, wow. I totally did not cut straight there. Wow, it's been a while since I've done that. I used to, okay, you guys, I just totally veered off right here. I don't know if you noticed that. See, so I've cut a whole thing. I have not done that in a long time. So I'm going to trim that down again. But I used to do that all the time when I started quilting. All the time I would veer off. I would just angle off. And you know what? I think I just stopped. I stopped paying attention for that little bit and my hand just went off like that. So, whew, man. Got excited and stopped paying attention, I guess. Jeez, that's not good. All right. So I won't be getting any more out of this. Oh, hey, Andrea. That's my cousin Andrea. We are making, oh, just as I make a minor mistake, we're making cute little embroidered house quilt. It's called the I Love Home Block of the month, quilt along. All right, so I'm gonna flip this around again and trim, just trim to the edge here. Let's get our new piece started. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should count how many pieces we have at this point, so we know how many more we need. There, so I'm just trimming that other selvage piece off there. Thanks, Andrea. All right, flipping it around again. So this time, maybe I won't be so picky about the butterflies, although I do like this monarch here. Maybe I'll be picky about that one, but I want to just count here quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to leave them in stacks of 4, just because then I can easily see how many I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're only halfway done here, so we need 8 more yet. Oh man, see, this is the type of stuff though that makes these, you know, this is the type of block that I'm like, oh, this will be really easy and fast to sew up. Oh no, Gretchen, she's from the other side of the family. Nope, that is not the angel food candy side of the family. Your Wisecraft templates came today. Awesome. Oh, you picked your fabric already for it. That's what I have to do yet. I have to pick my fabric. So I think I'll do that this weekend, maybe plan it out a little bit. Picking my fabric for the not the I Love Home, the hand-stitched project. Oh man, wait, here's a part where I might want this. I might want to fussy cut this guy. I think I'm gonna hang on to him. Let's flip around. Oh, let's trim that off first. I might want to keep that monarch as he is, so we'll cut from this side. We might be cutting it actually pretty close to enough strips. Hopefully we have enough. If we don't, then we'll for sure be doing this another day because we'll have to get fabric and sew a couple more together. Oh, I'm totally missing some comments, guys. Oh, Wisecrest. Oh, your templates and book came today. Awesome. Is there a printable for the template? There is not, Sherry. So there is not a printable template for the block. There are paper templates for sale, and then there's also they tell us the type of block or the type of shapes in the book. So if you have the book, you could, it says the type of shapes, like you need a whatever chrysanthemum or something. And then if you Google those, then you'll probably be able to find online those shapes somewhere. But the templates are not in the book either. So I recommend purchasing the templates. I think that's probably the easiest way. But I don't know how fast you'll get those anymore. However, you'll probably, if you buy the book off of like Amazon or something, chances are you'll get that super fast. And then if you just do some online searching for the template sizes, then I think you'll be good. All right, so I need 2 more pieces out of this, and no matter what, I'm gonna be cutting this butterfly. But here, at least it'll just be chopping off the seam allowance a little bit. So we're gonna go this way. But I have just enough fabric for this guy. I think I just need 1 more. And we'll get this little monarch. So we'll get most of the monarch. He'll just be clipped by the seam allowance. But we had enough fabric, so that's good. Okay, pretty little monarch. All right, so here are our pieces. So now I think we, we're gonna, next up is making these into 8 units like so. So I don't know, should we mix up all of these? Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe since we have equal amounts, maybe I will, for our 4s, maybe I will choose from either side. So there'll be So every 4 will have both in, and I think we will be able to get some neat patterning out of that. So we're just gonna make that decision. I'm gonna pick one from this green and pick one from this green since I have 8 from both. And I think that'll end up being cute. It'll look like we intended to do that. So that's always fun. All right, so I'm just grabbing one from each pile and I'm just putting them together. And since I did leave it pressed to only one side, and since one is rotated, so now it's pressed, you know, one's going one way and one's going the other. So now I should be able to butt up those folds next to each other. And that's called nesting the seam. And when you do that, it's an easier way of getting your points to match up. And I think I could have pressed these a little bit more. They don't feel totally pressed, but if I can get those folds matching in the middle and then just kind of line up my edges, I think we'll be good to go here. And I'm going to get my little stiletto out here too to that's kind of acting as my pin, holding down little parts here while we go. So I should just be able to pretty easily chain piece these all together, I'm thinking. So then we need to iron them open. Oh man, you know, we still have kind of a lot to do here yet. Man, I'd really like to finish this block up tonight, but I don't know. There's quite a bit yet. Guess we'll just see how it goes. This might take another evening. We'll see. Oh, I hate when it happens. You just want to finish it all at once, right? That's where the pressing and cutting. I never leave time for, in my head when I'm planning something, I never consider pressing and cutting. Those always take up more time. Hey, Kathy from Traverse City. I think this is gonna look cute with the 2 different kinds of greens in each one though. All right, and so I'm kind of sewing to that center, making sure I'm getting those seams kind of nested. Then I'm sewing to the end. Oh, here's that pretty monarch. Because we need to sew these. First of all, we need to press them. See, again, I'm forgetting the pressing part, but pressing is going to take a little bit of time here. And then we need to sew them to each other. And then we need to sew them to the actual piece, plus sew them to our corners. Oops, that one got flipped. There we go. So there is quite a bit of sewing and pressing and all that yet. So I don't know. Oh, you'll stay till I finish. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do that. So we'll see where we're at in 15 minutes, and if it seems like a ton to do yet, then maybe we'll stop. But if we're tasting the end, then we'll just keep going. All right, we have, let's see, 3 more of these, I think. Oh, you'll stay. Awesome. I know it's tough to have a project hanging out there, right? Ooh, that one might be a little funny. 2 more here. Oh, you got your kit today, Yolanda. Awesome, good. So it seems like a lot of people are getting their templates today. She calls it a kit, but it's really just the paper templates. But yeah, I think that's going to be helpful having those for sure. I mean, like I said, if you have the book, the types of them are in the book, so not the actual templates drawn out, but you could look them up based on the book. But then you'd still have to make your own. You'd have to print them out on, you know, like a cardstock, and you know, make sure you have the amount that you need and all that. So her little template, and I do have that above, and I'm guessing she's sending them out pretty quick. And we'll be working on this for a little while, this hand-stitched project. So there'll be enough time for you to get the templates and still be able to work on the project. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. It would drive you crazy to leave us all hanging. All right, let's snip these all. I'm gonna just get them in a pile. Oh, I'm stuck. Here we go. Got stuck in my extension table here. All right, now I'm guessing I press these open. Yeah, so I'll press these seam allowances open, I suppose. All right. Turn that off for a little. Let's go into pressing land over here. Okay. Roll up the sleeves. Let's get pressing. So I think I'll do it where I kind of press to one side. Oh, have a great night, Andrea. Thanks so much for joining. Yes, I know. We need to visit again for sure. Oh man, you guys, I don't know if I really want to press these open. I suppose I'll give it a try though. But here we go. So by nesting the seams, look, we got a totally super duper perfect point there. And that comes from nesting the seams. I think I'll press it open like she says. I'll press it one way and then press it open right away. You're ready for an all-nighter? Well, I'm hoping it doesn't take that long, Wanda. But, you know, like I said, I always forget to add in time for all this pressing and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. We got 16 of these here. That's no joke. That'll take some time. I think, you know, we're going to be doing that chevron quilt by Krista Quilts. That's like one of those quilts where you do, the whole quilt is like the same process, right? So it would be like making these, but for a whole quilt. So for when we do that, then we're going to have like a whole day of pressing probably. Like a whole lot of time spent on one part. Just trying to, it's not very pressed on some of these other sides, so I'm just trying to repress them a little bit too. So I'm pressing them to one side just because it's easier to press them to one side to begin with, then pressing them open, and then just giving it a press on the front again. I'm a quick sewer, you can do it. All right. It's not, like I said, it's not the sewing, it's all this pressing and the cutting and all that. That's what I forget to account for. Alrighty. It's pretty though. I love the green with this pink. So this was supposed to be the yellow and the teal, I believe. And we switched it to the green and kind of this weird kind of mauve-y, pinky. It's like pink with some tan cream taupes together. That's one of those fabrics that I've had forever, and I have no idea. I just must have saw it, and I must have thought like, oh, this is so pretty, I need it. And then never did anything with it, you know? This pink fabric. So I have a lot of it. I don't know why, but I'm happy I'm getting some use out of it. And I'm happy with the project. See, like you know, it's nice having a stash. You know, even if you don't know what you're going to use the fabric for, every once in a while, you know, a project will come up and it will just be the right project for that fabric that you've had for like 10 years and never knew what to do with it. And then all of a sudden, it's ready. It's ready to be used. That's this fabric. All right. Seam allowance a little. I mean, I suppose if I would have pressed them open the other way, it would have been a little less bulky. but I'm not going to worry about all that. I think this is easier for me to nest the seams together, and I mean that last one wasn't perfect, but all these other ones are looking pretty good as far as the points meeting in the middle. So this little mini iron is a lot easier to press these seams open than my big iron. I just kept feeling like I was burning my fingers with that big iron, but this one, not so much. It's working well for pressing things open. Yeah, they're all nested. Like they all, the points are really good on all of them except for maybe one or two. I was a little off, but not too shabby. I like it. I'm not sure I would have had that accuracy if I would have pressed them all open. I would have had to pin them and all that. And who wants to do that, right? Oh yeah, I could have done that too. I could have pressed them to one side and then spun the seams instead. Phyllis, that actually that probably would have been a better idea than what we're doing here, but oh well, too late, I'm done. All right, next up, I get to turn the page again. Yep, 80% is great, exactly. Ooh, we are on the last page, guys. So, all right, now I need to combine them. So I'm gonna take one of these other ones from up here. So let's kind of construct these a little bit, see what we want to do. And then we have these two, like that. So we could either go, yeah, that's right. So we could either do, with 3 in the middle, which might actually look, you know what, let's start seeing what this looks like next to our house too. So they would be like right here. So that's one route, which is kind of interesting. So the other route would be that we have them this way. So then these aren't all the same. But then what that way makes it, let's see if I can just pull up a little bit for you guys. So that would make it though that we have 3 of the same on the outside. I think it was maybe a little cuter to make this a little diamond shape and then have these different ones on the outside, don't you think? Let me switch them back around and we'll take a look at it. I think these 3 on the inside might be the way to go, and then we have these on the outside. They're like this. See, so now we'll have this little guy on, that'll be the same on all 3 sides. And then we'll have this up and down like that. I think like this. Yeah, I think this is just a little cuter. I don't know if I like all those 3 on the outside. I think this is more interesting. So, all right, we got to make them all like this. So I'm going to, let's just put them all in a row. So we have this one. And what we'll do is I'm going to sew this side on, and then I'm going to sew this side on right after. So I'm going to put, I want to make 3 or 4, I want to make 4 that look exactly like that. So here we go. There's my first one. I got to make sure to do them all the same so I don't mess it up. That's 2. This way. 3 and 4 will be down here. There, like that. And there. And last one. See, this is where it's like all puzzle piecing and I get confused, but I think we got it here. There we go, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything in this first row and sew it together, and then I'm going to take everything in the next row and sew it on after. So if that makes sense, I'll show you how I mean here in a sec. Okay. Yep. And you know what? I actually need to sew these onto a couple of them to 2 rows, but I think I might wait and then lay them out and then decide what I want where before I put that border on, or those corners. So, all right, I'm gonna start from the top, I think. Yeah, okay. So flip, put those together, turn the machine on. So now here I'm not gonna have my nested seams, so I'm just gonna kind of do the best I can. If they're not perfect, that's just the way the world is, right? All right, stiletto, I'm gonna want you though. All right, so the next row. I'm like fake nesting the seams. So one thing I'm paying attention here is as they come off of the machine, I'm remembering the order they go in. So I'm not just like, I'm not gonna just willy-nilly cut them off the machine. They are in the same order, and that's kind of important. All right, let's match up this bottom a little bit better. Ooh, they're stuck together, there we go. All right, last one. There we are. Okay, so that is the first round. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snip them off, and as I go, I'm gonna still chain piece. Like I'm not cutting this off yet. I'm just gonna take them off one at a time. And I know I started at the top. Oh, that's still nested. That's still a good point there. Awesome. So I'm gonna pull, this is row 1, so I'm pulling from the top, and I'm gonna just keep going here. Oh, that was odd. Oh, because of how we have it rotated. I'm like, how come one is, the other way was, one of my seams was pressed open and one wasn't, and now they're both pressed open. It's because we're rotating our pieces. So instead of getting like one of these side pieces, I got one of these this time. But I was confused for a moment there. All right, so that was the first one. Now I'm gonna take the next one off. So this will be our second one. There, that looks right. So I'm just trying to match up those seams still. They're just not nested. Get the stiletto in there to help me out. Okay, that's 2. Let's grab the next one. This is the 3rd row. Flip. And one more after this. So we have to press these still. I'm forgetting that takes time. And then I think let's see what they look like around our block, decide where we want them, and then 2 of them get sewn to the house block, and 2 of them we have to sew the corner blocks on either side of them. Then we sew our 3 rows together. Then we're done. So I suppose we'll keep going. We'll see how much over. Maybe like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so over. We'll see. It's not like we have to be doing this an hour long. Could be doing this for 8 hours long. I don't think we will need to do that though. All right, now I'll get the leader in there. All right, excellent. So here are the 4 completed guys here. So we should have 4 that have this little, those greens should be going in the same way. Yep, doop. Yeah, all these light greens should be together, and it looks like we're good. Awesome. So we need to press these. I'm guessing we press them open. Press open. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. We will press them open. All right. So I think, let's see. I think I'm going to lay them on the back like that and just kind of give them a little pull. And that will we'll have them pressed to the one side that way. Sorry, I'm kind of blocking the camera this way. I don't like it. All right, and then we'll open him up. And then we'll hit the front of it with it too. With some heat. So only 4 of these. That's a nice thing about once you start sewing things together, you got less and less units to press. That's nice. So I'm just making sure that these 2 are flat again. Yeah, we'll give that a good press. Cute. Yeah, I think it was good keeping the butterflies kind of together like that. All right, that's 1. 3 more. And I'm just gonna give it a little pull just so that my I'm not like putting a little fold in the seam. Then we'll go back and open them. Oh yes, Marianne. Yeah. So on for the Splendid Sampler, since for the Splendid Sampler, we'd get 2 new blocks a week, and some of those blocks were like I'd either English paper piece or decide a needle turn applique, or I would pick ways that would take forever to do. So we did have some marathon long. There was one we did a couple Saturdays where it was just like day long Saturdays of making. And I would just work on the Splendid Sampler for, I think one time we did it for 8 hours. And my husband got me some sushi that I snacked on during it, and for a lunch, but we worked on it a lot for that. Oh, you got the book? Awesome. Yeah, so the book has the sizes for the pieces in it. Just doesn't have the actual pieces. But the book is awesome. If you guys are getting the Wisecraft Quilts book, I really like it. Oh yeah, so there was one that had like 64 pieces. Was that the paper piece one? The one with that must have been. I think that one took me the longest. It was a bunch of little baby hexagon wreaths, basically. The hexagons were literally like this big. I love how it turned out, and it was fun to do, but dang, that one took a long time. So yeah, we kept having all these new blocks coming out, and we would never finish the block before. There were some days that we finished the block before the next one came out, but I don't know. They were kind of few and far between. I was just falling behind through that whole project, I think. And technically I still don't have it done. Oh, the dress, that's right. So the paper piece dress, that had a lot of pieces, for sure. That's right. That one's so cute, though. I think the Bumblebee English paper piece one that had a lot of pieces too. But yeah, that the dress one had a lot. And then some I was just silly. Some I decided to do needle turn applique or some really long form of applique when I could have just done the raw edge applique and got it done quick. But I wanted to try different things, and that's where I learned all my needle turn applique tricks and stuff. So it was worth it to learn, I think, for me for sure. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, you love paper piecing. Robin, I do too. It is like magic that you can do things that are so intricate. Oh, I just love it. All right, let's kind of lay out. Sorry I can't get you guys a little higher, but let's kind of lay out. Oh, so here's the other thing. We could have them going outward, but I think I kind of like them going inward, kind of like we're making a little diamond. So I'm just throwing them on for now, and then we'll decide if we rearrange. Like this one looks like it should be on the bottom because these butterflies look like they're flying up. I think that one should be here. There we go. That one's just got one little blue wing. Yeah, here we go. So what about like there? So we're starting to get a sense of, you know, these little green bits. I think that's cute. All right, I think we're gonna go like this. So now these two get sewn on to the center piece, and then these two get these guys sewn on. So let's place those right away. Those, the white parts point in, and I think I'm gonna sew those first because, actually I could sew this in columns. I think we'll sew this in columns just like how we did the other section, but I think I'll start from the bottom because I'm awfully close to the sewing machine. And then these ones, I don't want to get my iron on me, so I just got to remember pointing towards the inside. This one points towards the inside. Man, these are just huge. I'm not used to blocks this big. So, all right, those point in. Now we got a 9 patch here. This is it. This is the end game right here, people. So let's do it. All right, I'm gonna start at the bottom here. Let's flip those. But yeah, otherwise it'll just be like chain piecing like all these other ones. Okay. Now let's grab our row 2 here. All right, that gets flipped to here. Alrighty. Yay, I'm happy we're gonna finish. Oh yeah, don't want that hanging over our head for a whole project, right? That we didn't finish the one before. Alright, just want to make sure I'm getting it all the way to the end here. Whoop! I think I flipped that under. There we go. Oh, and just give it a little pull there. Okay. All right, that's row 2. So now let's grab this top, flip it over. All right, so now I can grab the first row again. And the first row, I can snip this guy off. So the first row, I have to grab this other, the square from the other side. Double check that it's aligned correctly, and I think we're good. I'm gonna need my stiletto to help me through here. All right, so now I'm gonna grab the middle row, which was our big house row. Okay, cute. All right, I'm gonna flip. I got this piece on here. Oh, we still have to sew these rows together and gotta press these yet too, so. All those extra little steps. I'm like, ooh, this is the last step, but it's not. We gotta press them and then sew the 3 rows together. Alrighty. Getting my edges aligned. Okay, and one more, and we'll be done with this part. So let's grab the last row. Actually, I'm just going to snip this guy off right away. You can go to the ironing board. Okay, the white point is pointed down, so is this. Okay. Last little row. Man, these blocks just get bigger and bigger. It's funny. I'm still not used to blocks this big just from working on the Splendid Sampler for those 2 years. Because all those blocks were just like 6.5 inches. This is a big old block. All right. So we are good here. Let's press those open. So I think here, press seam allowances away from center. Okay, we can do that. Oh, so press seam allowance toward the strip unit. Okay, so towards the strip unit on these. So what that means is we want them pressed towards this unit. So I'm going to put that unit on top. We'll press the seam, and then I will open it up like that. Same thing on this side. Start with it on top. Give it a press. All right, that's one of our strips right there. Looking cute. This is our bottom one with the butterflies going up. So I'll put that down here. Let's get this other one right away. There. Putting the striped piece on top and pressing. Then opening up. That makes the seam go towards the little square units. That block would be equal to like 9 Splendid Sampler square blocks. Yes, exactly. Isn't that funny to think about? That, yeah, this is 3 times the size of our Splendid Sampler. All right, so then for this one, I want to press away from the center. All right. I'm trying not to put a lot of pressure on the embroidery stitches. I'm trying to avoid that. Cute. It's looking cute. I love when you can see these little borders. So fun. All right, there we go. All right, so now we've pressed our seams away, or in opposite directions again. So these seams that are going out, and in the top and bottom pieces, they're going inwards. So now we should be able to nest the seams again. So let's do the top to the bottom, or I mean, this top to the middle first. So just double checking all our white pieces are going to the center. Drop that on there, and then we will do the same to the other side, and we'll have it done. So a little longer. We are here about 20 minutes or so longer than usual, but hey, we're getting it done. That's 20 minutes well spent, I think. Just lining the edges a little bit here. So I'm trying to nest these seams here again, so I get good points. And you can actually feel the seams nested up against each other, so that's good. That's a good thing to feel for. All right, and I'm gonna actually hold the seam at the bottom, and I'm gonna kind of, if it needs to be stretched or eased a little bit, I can do that as I go here. Yeah, so I can feel these nested down here, and that's the important part. I'm holding those. All right, now I can grab the end and hold those together. All right, that's one side. We'll press this yet tonight, just so we're for true done. Let's take a peek though. Yeah, not too bad. We're not too far over. Oh, yay! So we got a pretty good point on this side. This other side isn't as nice, but that's okay. Cute! See, I love seeing these little borders. All right, coming together. I'll show you guys in a sec. I know it's hard for you guys to see it, but I will zoom way out here when we're done. Just double checking. We're good. Oh gosh, yeah, it will feel good to finish. You're right, Tamara. I'll sleep well tonight, right? knowing this thing isn't sitting on my table unfinished. All right, I just want to make sure my seam is nested here again. All right, through that first one. Now I'm going to grab that last seam that needs to be nested way down at the end here. And line up all this middle stuff. Okay, are we still nested? Doesn't feel like it, so let's take a look quick. Just making sure my needle's down. All right, I'm going to sew to that nested part. Oh, and I just got that weird vibe of like, oh, is my bobbin almost out? So I'm thinking we might be almost out of bobbin thread. I'm getting the bobbin twinge, so I'll have to check. I might need to switch bobbins before we start the next block. I don't know. Or maybe I'll use thread from the bobbin if there's not a lot left. Maybe I'll use that for the hand stitch project. Maybe I'll use that for just take the thread off the bobbin. All right, let's give this a little press quick. I think I'm just gonna press it to one side on the back. Just kind of be done. Just quickly pressing. Don't have a lot of space up here anymore. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna flip it around, give it a little press, and then we'll take a look. I'm excited to see it. I think I'll flip the camera around for you guys, and I think we'll press away still. Then we can see it together at the same time, because it's hard to see the full size here. So, all right, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna flip it around right now, and we'll see it. So, all right, guys, I am gonna hold it up so we can see it together. Oh, here I gotta stand. Get back a little further. Oh, I like how the green turned out, though. We have like a whole extra little shape doing that with the let's see if I can balance this with these guys. I think that turned out kind of fun. That extra little, that was like totally an accident because I happened to just have enough of that other thread. It's pretty subtle, that pink through there, but you know, I think that's nice. I like it. And then we got our blue corners. That's what's gonna tie this whole thing together, I think. Yay, okay, I love it. Wow, it's always neat to see what the fabrics look like when it's all done. Like, I think they're all kind of the same tone, so they're all like this medium tone. It's not like some are really bright and some are dark, although there's these, you know, we got these segments too. Those are kind of dark in there. I don't know, it's kind of fun. So like these all kind of meld together as far as tone. Like if you squint, they all look kind of the same, but since they're different colors, like green and red are kind of opposite on the color wheel, so that's kind of what sets it apart. So not so much tone, but more color. However, the tone is different when you get like these lights, the super lights, to the dark and then the medium. So I don't know, I think it's good. I dig it. And it's done! That's awesome! So I'm gonna have to lay these out tomorrow and see what the two look like next to each other, because that's always neat too, to see how it starts to kind of blend together as a quilt. So awesome! Thank you guys so much for sticking with me here tonight. It does feel good to have it done versus having to, you know, come back to it right when we're supposed to start block 3. So awesome! I'm stoked. I love it. It's done. And Monday we'll start a new project. So if you guys didn't order the book yet or the templates, I would do that if you want an English paper piece with us on Monday. And yay! Project done! Or mid-project done. How about that? So awesome, guys. Have a great rest of your Friday. And I will see you on Monday when we'll start the hand stitch project. Good night, guys. Have a great weekend.